People like to say that a goal without a plan is just a wish, and I'm somebody that loves to plan. So let me teach you how to get your life together so that you can achieve your goals. And this is less about the goal planning of it and more about keeping yourself organized, because a lot of people think that the key to like reaching your goals is discipline, but honestly, it's organization. So I'm going to run you through all of the planners that I have and how I organize them to keep me organized. All right, let's start with the personal stuff. So I have a monthly planner. I have just sort of an everyday notebook that holds my weekly planner. And then I have my 5 to 9 after my 9 to 5 planner, we'll call it. So my monthly planner for 2025 is pretty empty right now for obvious reasons. I haven't made a lot of plans. I typically like to at least pencil in plans 3 months out. And the reason that I started doing my organization in this manner is because the older that you get, the more you kind of have to juggle, right? And this is perfectly encapsulated by the color coordination of it all, right? So I have anything that's personal to me, anything that's personal to my husband, anything that we need to know about our dog, anything that my husband and I are doing as a couple, PTOs and days off, anything related to our family, anything related to work, anything related to the blooming babe, and then any appointments, birthdays, and then, like I said, things that are tentative get penciled in. And because it's the beginning of the year, the only thing that is really in here right now are birthdays. But as the year goes on, it quickly fills up with different events, baby showers, birthday events, extracurriculars for work, all of that fun stuff. This planner is also different than the previous year's planner because it has note space in the front. What I'm going to do with that note space is transfer over my goals and my vibe check. Another thing I wanted to note is that I also track my PTO in the back of this planner. My company has a relatively straightforward but also complex like paid time off system. We have volunteer time, floating holidays, vacation time, and wellness time. And sometimes it can get a little confusing when you're entering things in. So to keep myself straight with the time I've taken off and what bucket I've pulled from, I track it in the back of this notebook or this planner. Like I said, it comes with a specific planner in it. You can also just get a blank notebook and then get the paper to put in there, which are currently in this planner. Now, this is just a tool notebook. I know it says planner on the front, but as you can see by my brown one, this one's not a planner. Tool makes like actual planners that you can use. I did not like the format of the planner sheets, so I don't use this one specifically in that manner. If you're a fan of lined paper, they have lined paper. If you're a fan of graph paper, they have graph paper. And I believe they also have paper that are just the dots. I forgot to mention, this is a sugar paper monthly planner from Target. That's where I got it from. And then this is a Tool planner from Tool, which is an Office Depot Office Max product. So when you open my sort of weekly planner up, the first thing you're gonna see is like my plan for the week. So it starts with 3 affirmations at the top and then a to-do list of things that I just need to get done for the week. And then at the very bottom, typically there's also a list of items that I have in the mail. It's just a way for me to track both my personal items and items being sent to me from a brand. And then literally the next page is the vibe check for the year. And then the page after that, let me flip it, my goals for the year. There is also other things that I like to keep in this notebook. Sometimes during like lunch at work, I'll like write content ideas. Sometimes I will do other plans, like I do a 4x6 meal plan. I will do a completely separate video about how that works, but that also lives in here. And so I have my weekly to-do list in here. Like I said, typically I I try not to tackle all of this at the same time. What I instead do is prioritize things based off of the day, and sort of what I call a planner of my 5 to 9 after my 9 to 5. Now, to be quite honest, this isn't really anything special. It's 3x5 post-it notes that I write tonight's to-do list on, and then I go from 5 o'clock to 10 o'clock, and I just write out what my schedule for the night is going to be. And I populate this based off of what is not done in here. So we sort of start big and then work our way down, right? So you could see that you have like a birthday party coming up for a friend. You then write in your weekly, like, I got a birthday party coming up for a friend. I need to get a gift. And on whatever day you can write, oh, tonight I need to go and get that gift for a friend. I also felt it necessary, based off of some of my actions from last year, to get 2 supplemental planners. Both are from Erin Condren. First up is a budget book. So I'm not 100% sure how you were supposed to use this planner. I didn't read too much into it, but I used these 3 spaces to write my goals for the month financially. I'm using these to keep up with my treat yourself list and things that I need to save for in terms of future purchases. And then on this side is more of the nitty gritty, money coming in, money going out. And then I will start filling this in with like my spending summary when I write down like things that I have bought and where it came from. Last year, I was very much in a place of privilege where I did not necessarily have to budget my money, but also because I was not budgeting my money, I wasn't paying attention to where my money was going, which is sort of never a good thing. And so towards the end of the year, there were certain goals that I had for myself that I did not have the money for because I used the money on something that wasn't necessary. And so in order to prevent myself from doing that and to really save the money for things that I need, we're going back to budgeting. The second supplemental planner is just a wellness planner. And this one, have I started? No, because I said I was going to start tomorrow. The way I am going to use this one is to track my exercise on one side and then track what I'm eating on the other. Not necessarily calorie counting, but to track what I'm eating. Your girl has tummy issues, and whenever I go to the doctor, they ask if I'm tracking my food, and to be honest, I'm like, I don't even know what I ate yesterday. So in order to have a better understanding of what some of my triggers are, I'm gonna start tracking my food better. And then last but not least, this is a supplemental planner. This is not really even a planner, but I think it's great for organization. This is a password book. Now, last year I bought an actual password book. I was not the biggest fan of that password book because it was organized alphabetically, which I was like, no. So I just got like a moleskin and I'm organizing it based off of the categories. We're gonna see one of these. Let's see if I'm smart enough to edit in like the actual categories. Cool. The reason I'm not showing you the inside of the notebook is because I've actually started populating it. So sorry. And so these are all of my personal planners, right? These are Brianna Fountain's planners. There's also the Blooming Babe. And we are actually going to start here. If you've been following me and you are a mutual on TikTok, then you've seen some of this. But this is all things the Blooming Babe for 2025. And it holds things like my prep to-do list for 2025. But it also is just sort of like a all things the Blooming Babe. So it starts with my brand guidelines, which I can do a separate video on how to set up your brand guidelines. Branding is very important when you're an influencer, and I think a lot of influencers aren't good at branding. Hot take. And I wish a lot of influencers would get better at branding, because the better you are at branding, the easier the rest of this is. So I also have my content pillars. The pillars for the Blooming Babe in 2025 is self-care, beauty, and lifestyle content. I do content based on themes by month. This is because of the 7 well-being model, which is part of the self-care pillar. And then a little doodad on like the frequency that I am posting. And then some outlines for ideas of content for the year. So that's what's in this notebook. That eventually gets moved into here based off of things that are placed in there. So I can show you January because January is very populated. This is my content calendar. And I know y'all might be thinking, wow, all of this is analog. Yes, I am an analog girly. We can talk about some digital alternatives at the end. But very similarly to my personal planner, they're categorized by color. And then they get placed on the calendar based off of, you know, when I think I'm available to make the content. So as you can see, today is the 5th, and I am recording my planner's 11:01 video. This is supposed to be the drop date, by the way. So not only am I filming this today, I'm also going to edit it and post it today. But yeah. And then in the front of this planner is from Rifle Paper Co. It's another monthly planner. This one, interestingly enough, has like I don't know what the intention of this is, but it's each month has like a couple of lines. What I did was write each theme for the month and then a little to-do list of things that need to happen that month. So like this month, it's a new year. I need to update like my link in bio, just some like cleanup, not necessarily content-based things, but like ensuring my budget for the Blooming Babe is complete and 100% done and we're funded for the year, things like that. And those are all of my planners for the year. Now, I did want to talk about some unsung heroes of the planning and organization. Here they are, right? The first one being my pencil pouch that holds all of my pens. So these are just ones that I use for work. They're erasable pens. They're FriXion Pilot FriXion 2 pens, I believe is the name of these. These are the ones that you see me use in my personal planner. These are Muji's pens. They're like really thin. I love them. We flip it. There's some other things. These are the pens that I use in the Blooming Babes monthly planner. So this is one of the unsung heroes. This comes with me everywhere. The other unsung hero is this mini clipboard. It's mini, but it's also perfectly half size. So for me, it's easy if I am on the go to throw this in a bag with me and put a couple of sheets of paper in it, write whatever I need to write on it, like the outline for this very video, and then I can take it and put it in its proper planner when I get home, or if the planner is with me. Now here's the thing, I know it's 2025 and it's kind of odd for somebody to do everything analog. I acknowledge that. So here are some digital alternatives. My sister swears by Notion. Do I know what Notion is? No. But I know it's probably parallel to doing something like a monthly planner. If you are somebody who needs more of like a daily routine, sort of like what I have on my Post-it notes, there was an app that I was using for a little while called Structured. 10 out of 10. I also personally think just using your Apple Notes app is a great way to create to-do lists, especially weekly to-do list. Now here's the thing, I know it's 2025 and it's completely unnecessary for me to do everything analog. So here are some alternatives that are digital. My sister swears by Notion. Have I used it? Do I 100% know what it is? No, but I feel like it would probably parallel a monthly planner really well. If I had to do sort of my weekly like to-do list planner sheet digitally, I would do it in the Notes app. I feel like that's the simplest thing to do. And if I wanted to do something a little more granular like this, I would use the app Structured. I used the app Structured for a little bit. I just felt it was easier just to write it out. So now in terms of like a budget book, digitally you can download apps like You Need a Budget, that's the name of the app, or Every Dollar. You could also just find and download a budgeting spreadsheet and use Excel or Google Sheets, I believe is what their version is called. In terms of like wellness tracker, there are plenty of like diet and exercise apps. We know this. If you're specifically looking to track your food, MyFitnessPal might be your best bet. It's still going to track the calories for you, but I have used that app in the past when I was doing my low FODMAP diet. And then in terms of like just content creation, once again, I can do a separate video on how I got my All Things the Blooming Babe 2025 notebook done. But in terms of like pure content creation planning, you can do something like this with Plan, Plann. I believe that app still exists. If not, Planoly. I used both in the early years of the Blooming Babe. But yeah, that's Planners 1101. If you have any questions or want to refer me to a psychiatrist, let me know in the comments. And until next time.